let me see. Mute all, and
Yeah.
you cannot allow participant to know, you cannot unmute yourself. Yeah, so if you have anything, just type it on the comment. I've unmute you. So now LaTeX, as in the pronunciation, is LaTeX or LaTeX, whichever one. So the advantage of LaTeX or LaTeX on over other packages such as Microsoft Word and LibreOffice is in here you have like control, because as with programming languages, you program what you want to see. But in Microsoft Word, like you can, it's just like in Visual Basic when you want to program with Java, drag and drop and the rest. So if you drag and drop, there are some other things that you may not be able to do, such as the images that I think I talked to you about. So there was a time where I was working on it, but it got like everything got destroyed. You have several images on the table of contents. You have, I think I have 10 images in it, but it was showing me that I have 120 images. So and the rest. But in here, like this is much more straightforward, that you can just type what you want to see or program what you want to see. And the easier part of it is there are thousands and thousands of templates that you just browse what you want and then you continue editing. And most of us that are in the research field, if you are submitting to a conference or you are submitting to a journal, they usually have their own templates that have set the margin for you, template that have set the distance between the author and the abstract, between the abstract and the keywords, how they want your keywords to be formatted, how they want the abstract to be formatted, and the rest. So without that, you have to go into a Microsoft Word, and in Microsoft Word, you have to put all of those formattings yourself. But in here, through the template, all of the formattings has already been done for you. You just put in your content, you design your document in a very good way, and then you just get to present to them. If you are talking about CV, there are thousands of templates for CV, and I will show you mine. I know most of you will love it. I was not the one that designed it. I adopted it to suit my needs, and then yeah. So these are the part of the reasons why you will learn LaTeX. But if you really want control over your writing, just learn LaTeX, and there are many things that you will do with LaTeX. You can even write a PowerPoint presentation, although up till now, Microsoft Word is better or Google presentation are better than doing that, but you can do it. It's just that, yeah, it have a lot of other formattings that you will do. You can design your posters. There are many things. So the first thing when you are writing LaTeX is to ensure, because as I said, at the end of the day, most of what you will be doing are just editing a previously written template. But the major building block of LaTeX are just the document class and then the beginning and the end of your document. So everything that will come in are either within this begin and end of the document, or where we call the preamble. After the document class, then you have some form of settings. So just like in Python, sometimes you import this, you import that, you do this, you do that, or you declare a new, let's say, so declaration and the rest. So you do it before the begin document, because the begin document specify that this is your where the body of your document starts. I don't know, Doctor, do you want to add anything before I continue?
Yeah, so before you continue, we need to open and show how this small piece of code works in the LaTeX before you move on. Yes.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was to show them here, and then if we go in there, we'll just be seeing templates and the rest, so they will get used to it.
Okay.
But just showing the beginning document, end document, what is preamble, what is main body, and then that will be like some sort of practicals.
Okay.
So, and there are different ways of writing, or not writing, but executing this the code that you've write, the code.
By the way, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to show them via VS Code or via Overleaf? Which one?
Yeah, via Overleaf.
Okay, cool. Can you go up?
Okay.
Yes. So run this, open this in Overleaf. You can open it. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, then you can come back and just let them see what happens now.
Yeah.
Yes. So
as I was saying, there are many ways or many platforms in which you can run your code. One of the simplest one is called the Overleaf. Overleaf comes with preloaded packages that you don't need to install this, install that. And also it's just like you get your document wherever you are. What you just need is just the internet connection. So you create documents. If you will see, I think I have a list. You see all of this, a list of my documents that I've created. I've created almost like 71 projects so far, although there are much more other documents that are on my computer. So that's what I was trying to explain to you. So this is Overleaf. In Overleaf, what you have basically is you have the main.tech. Sometimes the name can change, and we'll see how to do this. So what you have, these are comments. As you all familiar with programming languages, you can have comments. Comments are very good for your coding to explain what you are doing. But basically, your document starts with the document class. In the document class, you specify what you want, what type of document you want. So in here, we are writing an article. You can write a book, you can write a report, and other forms of documents that you will see, because you can also define your own class, as we may see afterwards. So, and the next is you begin the document, you end your document, and anything that comes in within that, you will see it will be rendered on the PDF. So this is the PDF that was generated on this right-hand side of your screen. You can hide it, you can expand it, you can download it. Before you download, you have to compile. So after writing anything, let's say I made some changes, and if you save it, automatically it gets compiled. See, I made some changes. You can set in this that you want auto compiling. What auto compiling does is, as you make the change, it compiles. So in here, you see I made some changes, and the changes is wrong. So changes, you see, I immediately change the changes, it's started recompiling. So now it is compiling, and but sometimes this, if you are writing like heavily, you want to compile when you really want to compile, because there might be that you open a begin, let's say begin something, before you close it and it want to compile, it will be showing you error, and the rest. So you want to finish writing before you do the compile, so you can switch it off, because by default it's already off. So the next one, you see the compile mode, there is normal, there is fast. You check syntax before compiling, or don't check syntax. Stop on first error. Usually, if you are compiling this on your own computer, whenever it encounters an error, it will stop. But in here, it will encounter an error, but it will continue. At the end of the day, it will show you. So let's say, let me do something for, let me say, begin. So let's say I'm not Gada. At the end of the day, I close this. I've not closed this. So now I am compiling this. So you see it has compiled, but it will tell you, yeah, there are an error here. An error meaning you open environment gather, but you've not closed it. So, but if you tell it like stop on first error, and then you compile this, you see it will not compile for you. It will stop without showing, by showing the error, meaning it will not finish compiling and the rest. So let me undo this. So now going back to the documentation.
Yes. Go back. I want to say something, Dr. Idris.
Okay.
Yeah. So as Dr. Idris says, like this is a LaTeX compiled document. So you can see here what you need, at least two things to have a LaTeX document. One is this document class. So document class specify what kind of document are you writing. If it is a book, you write a book. So it will have a format structure of a book. So here is just an article. So you must have this one. Then the next one is you must, for anything that you write in LaTeX, it must be within the begin document and end document. So these two things are the least, what we call commands, right? They are the least command that you need to have something in LaTeX. But also this overlay, it allows you to do collaboration. So we have what we call, we have chat here, history here, and share. Idris, can you talk about these two things? Share.
Yeah, so share in here, what I will do is I will turn on the link sharing. Turn on link sharing. Oh, why is this not working? Is it my network?
Okay.
Okay, it's the document that I'm working with. So because it's a template, so I think they don't want us to do
Okay.
this. Let me create a new one. Let me create a blank project called, let's say, Arewa DS. So that's the name of the project I'm creating. Oh, I said Arewa YS. I can't rename afterwards if I B. So recompile. So that was basically what we did. So now share, turn on link sharing. You see I've turned this on and you can edit the project. So if I copy this and then I close this, now in the chat, I will paste the link. So you can all visit and you can type, you can edit, you can do whatever you want to do with it. So you don't need to stay in one place to create this. You can collaborate, as Doctor said. Doctor, continue.
Yeah, so the main purpose of this, for example, if you are working with your supervisor or your friend and you're writing a paper, you just share the link. So all of you will write on the same document. But also you can see here, we have chat section where maybe you are all online and you don't want to talk. You can write, hey, Usman, look at this. I made this. What do you think? He will reply to you, hey, okay, it looks good. You know, all those stuff. But also we have history. So if you go to history, Dr. Idris, can you go to history? If you go to history, you'll be able to see who made some changes. So if something happens, goes wrong, you can see who made the changes, who edit, but also you can, you know, bring back to the previous session. So you can see you have different versions. If anything goes wrong, you can download, go back, revert to the previous version, just like Git, where we have in GitHub, where you in Git, where you can, you know, have the versions, you know, all those stuff. So this is really a cool way for you to do collaboration. But also you can, you know, can you go and comment in the overlay? Just comment some section, comment. Yeah, so maybe comment. Yeah, so maybe you are collaborating with Mr. Y and you want to ask him, hey, this paragraph looks somehow, can we change it? So Dr. Can you comment on this where you?
Okay. Meaning comment here.
Yes. So click on it and yeah, add comment. So yeah, so you can see, you can write, hey, please, can you explain more on this? Revise this. Yeah, so review this section. So you comment. So Mr. B will come and reply and say, hey, oh, okay, I will change this. I will edit this. And, you know, so this is, so this is just basically, showing you how this overlay works. That is the advantage of using overlay. Like you can do collaboration remotely, but you can do write your LaTeX locally without internet in your BS or whatsoever. But this is one of the advantages. So now the next thing is to show you how can you, write a lot of stuff, maybe to write a list, maybe to write different other things. I think Dr. Idris, you can continue.
Okay, so with the other, I think I was trying to say something which
yeah, but Dr. Idris, can you go to menu? Can you go to home just to see some templates before you even?
Yeah, so in here, I think I was even telling them that in the name, you see what we had before. Here we have main.tech, but you may have several other files that are also .tech. So what LaTeX will want to do is to find which file am I compiling from. So the file that it's supposed to be compiling from is supposed to have the document class, the begin document, end document. So, and maybe the others do not have that structure. They just have like a section of your code that you want to like organize into different files. So what you have to tell it that you are compiling from main.tech. If it is like any other file name that you want it to compile, you can specify the name here. Let's say we have many other files, it will be here. So there's also the compiler. The compiler, you see, we have the LaTeX, we have the XE LaTeX, we have the Lua LaTeX. but usually the default is PDF LaTeX. So, but there are some other, like Doctor, if you may give them some example, we are writing some paper in several languages. So one of the language is Amharic, which is written in the Ethiopian script. We have Hausa, which is English, basically the Latin script. And then we have Arabic, which is written in the Arabic script. So in there, we had the Arabic tech works better when you run it with the Lua script. You have this, so you, but the PDF LaTeX, like for English, you can run whatever you want. But there is one thing also that I realized. When I was writing my project, it came to a situation where the pages were about 312 pages. So, and when it was compiling, it was telling me memory, like it has run out of memory and the rest. So I just switched it to Lua LaTeX because they said the Lua LaTeX, its memory assignment is dynamic. So whenever it is about to run out of memory, it will increase the memory by itself. So, and it worked better. So most of these things you learn by experience, but also learning by searching Stack Overflow or searching Google and the rest. So, Doctor, I don't know whether you want to say something.
Can you go back to the home page for the overlay where we can see different, home where we can see different, template?
Yeah. So you may view all templates here.
So type CV. Oh, resume. This is the resume CV. Resume CV. So here you can see different kind of templates. All you need is just scroll the one you like and start editing. So can you go over, Doctor? Can you go over? Click
over where?
The first one.
Oh, yeah.
So
this was the one that I took.
So open, yes, go on. So you open as template.
Yeah. But I think what we forgot to mention is if you are using Overleaf, first you have to create an account. So you have to go to overleaf.com, and in overleaf.com you can see you can register either using your OCHIT ID, or you can register using your email, or you can register directly. So after registration, you can collaborate, like, yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so here you can see a CV already predefined. All you need is just go and plug your information, your name, and change other stuff. And, so that's why we are saying the Overleaf or LaTeX has tons of, templates that you just, go and edit and make it your own. So there are tons. If you are writing a thesis, if you are writing a book, if you are writing a letter. So can you go back for a letter? Maybe we see example for letter. Just writing a letter. Yes, so type letter. Yes, formal letter. Yes.
Yes.
So you can see many kind of letters. So you can just go and select the one you like and start editing. So this is just an overview what you can do with LaTeX. You can do ton of stuff with LaTeX. There are a lot of template, and it's free unless you want to do collaboration with 3 people, I think, then you need to pay. But collaboration with 2 people, Idris, I think is free, right? Yeah,
collaboration if you are inviting them.
Yes, if
but you are collaboration, if you are sending them the link, you can collaborate with 1 million people.
Yeah.
But so if you are inviting them using their email, private email, you can send only to 1 person if you have not paid.
Okay, so there
is go to the place so that we'll see what we are saying by collaboration. So if I go home here, if I see customize CV here, so if I am sharing with you, I can share with your email address. So let's say I have said Shamsuddin, I'm sharing with Shamsuddin, I can share with him. So you see, I can only share with Shamsuddin, only him. If I want to add more people, I have to start either the free trial, which I think runs for 30 days, is it? Or I have to pay. And you see, you have some features also. But if I am turning the sharing link, I can just turn the sharing link and copy a link where you can edit the project. If I give you this link, you can only see what I'm doing, but you cannot edit. If I give you this link, you can collaborate. So if I share you this link, you can share to any number of people, and we can continue working on it without the need for you to do this. So I can remove or revoke this invite, and then I close.
Okay, I think it's okay now. You can continue with the tutorial of how to write it. Yes. Okay, good.
So now we've seen the basic building block. The next thing that we are seeing are all like further features. So if you see there, what we give, we only document class and article. We've not stated what type of font size. We've not stated what type of paper that you want. As you know, we have different types of papers. We have A1, A3, later we have this and that. We have different font types. We have different font sizes and the rest. So in the document class, you can give all of these options, telling it specifically, these are the type of margins that you want to set. This are this and this are that. So
yes, Doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So we all know in Python or where we use classes or function, you have default argument and you have, optional argument. So if you have this document class, which is called Latex command, there are two things. There is the optional and there is, everything that is within the square bracket is optional. It uses the default settings. So previously, I think when we showed an example, we use document. Where is it? Yeah, can you see we use only document class article? Yes, document class article only. So this is what is necessary, but there is optional arguments which you can use square brackets. So anything that comes within the square bracket in LaTeX command is, what we call optional. You remember in Python, you can have optional, argument or optional whatsoever. So you can specify, for example, the font size whatsoever and many things. So you can see here, you can do a lot of stuff. So just be in mind that when you see that square bracket, it's optional, and there are a lot of things that you can do with optional argument to make it better, to modify it or whatsoever. Yes.
So I don't know. Oh, this is PDF tech version. This is
Okay, you can continue, Doctor, with the review.
okay. So I think why it's not allowing us to do this. I think I think we've created something already. Let's be using it for our examples, because in this they don't allow us to be editing and the rest. So if we may put in here 16 point, and then we save this. So I think there are some settings here that we are not allowed. So let's just continue. So you can have this letter, paper, and the rest. So, and then importing packages. So for almost everything you want to do, Latex comes or Overleaf comes with these packages pre-installed already. So what you just need to do is, if you want to use them, you call them. You cannot use any image unless you import the graphics image. So if you put in any file or any in your document and you've not imported the use package, it will give you an error. So also there are some options also that will not be available until after you've imported the package. So the graphic image, the graphics allows you, as we said, to import external image. So you can also include the title and the author and the date information. So you see in the title located in the preamble, and I think we've made we've stated what are preamble. So preamble are anything that are not the document class and the begin document. So anything in between them is called the preamble. And the preamble includes all of this definition and all of the loading package and the rest. So after you declare the title, the author, and the date, if you want to include them, you have to say make title. This make title command create the title for you by specifying your title, your author name, and the date inside the document. But you've defined them in the preamble. So as you will see here, if we open this example, so we've declared our first document class we've said this is my first document as your title. This is
Can you increase the size? Increase the size, please.
Is it visible now?
Yes, but we cannot see the PDF. Can you, you know?
Okay, let me increase this size.
Yeah. Okay, okay, it's all right. It's okay.
Okay. Do we have size? Yeah, font size. Let me see, 18.
Looks good, looks good, looks good.
Okay. So in here, as we said here, you have, who was writing here, sorry. So we have the title, the author, the date, and then you start begin document, end document. So after you declare all your preamble, you make the title, meaning you've, this is my first, this is the name of the author, this is the date, and then this is the text that you added. So this command is just to put in this LaTeX symbol in here. So, and on auto, usually if you are writing a paper, you will see there is a provision for tanks. And the tanks will say this is funded by the overleaf team, or you want to say this is a corresponding this, or you want to say this, yeah, whatever you want to put in, it will give it as a footnote here, and it will be written. So you can have 2 column tags, 1 column tags, you can have different settings that you want. Yeah, Doctor.
Yeah, so just to make something, anything that starts with slash in LaTeX is a command. So yes. You can see here, even the LaTeX, this one, it puts something. So what we call command is anything that starts with, you know, forward. Is it forward slash, right? With forward.
Yes, forward slash.
Yeah, it's called command. So there are tons of them, like, you know, how to bold, as we see. Anyway, we'll see that. Yeah, thank you.
So on continuing, yeah, let me close this. Yeah. So like LaTeX is just like other programming languages. Whatever you see, you know in LaTeX, you learn it by practice. So most of the things that you will see here are just like preliminary, beginning, what you just need to know to start. So you will see that there are many things that you will like spend 5 years doing it, but you will not have known it. But maybe you come across it, you just search it on Google and you see how to do it, or you see a hint on how to do it and you just start working or continue developing it yourself. So now making bold, making italic. So it's just simple. So with overleaf, it's simple because there are shortcuts. Just like in Microsoft Word, if you want to bold something, you just select it and press Ctrl-V. And already it will add the command for you. Do you understand? So the command in here, Ctrl-B, is /textbf, meaning bold font. So, and if you save this, you will see that added has been changed to bold. If you want to make it italics, there are 2 ways. You can select. Everything is about select. Control-I, which is normal italic that we know. Control-I. Control-I, and if you save, you will see it's bold and italic, because we added the italic inside the bold. Or you can italize and then bold, so the arrangement does not matter. Or since if in here we can, let's select a different one, you can do /emphasize, EMPH in here. So, and if you save this, it will tell you, you see the title has been italicized. So, and the difference between the /text italic and the emphasize is if you are emphasizing in a text. So let's say we have this E, we put it inside here. So we save this. And it has been compiled. You'll see added A has been italicized. So if we want to emphasize this now, EMPH, emphasize this, and if you save it, you will see that A now is not italicized, because what emphasize does is, if it is normal font, it will make it italic. If it is italic, it will make it normal font, meaning it wants to make it unique out of the whole text that you are working on. So if the whole text is in normal font, it will make it italic. if the whole text is in italic, it will make it normal because it want to make it different from the other text. So this is it. So, and also you can underline, and I think underline in this is Control U. What is this? Control underline. So sorry, there is no underline here, but you can just put this on this underline. Underline, and you save this, and you have your text that was underlined. If you see date here, it is underlined. So, and I think, Doctor, you can also put UL. UL, I don't know whether it depends on a package, this UL, or whether it works. So yeah, UL require a package, and yeah, if you import, I've forgotten. Oh, I don't know which package, but maybe, yeah. So this is underline. So the basics are bold font, italicize, and then underline. These are just the basics. So now, as you can see here, yeah, we've made this, we've explained them. So now adding images. Most of what you are working on, if it is thesis, if it is paper, if you want to put in either a figure or you want to put a diagram or a graph. So the graphics package enables you to do that. So if you just in the preamble, and I think as we said here, you can put this package. And what makes LaTeX a little bit better is it will be giving you all this intelligence or suggestion. If you start writing use, it will tell you use package. Do you want to use package? Yes. What type of package? You see there are many packages. So if you start writing graph, so you see the graphics. So yeah, all the two are useful also, but I think the much more recent and more useful nowadays is the graphics package. And in this graphics package, after you do this, let's say, I don't know, do I have a picture, or let me download a picture, any picture online. Let me see image, images. So let me download this. Save image as, let me save it to my download. Test. So now if I go in here, what I can do here, you see here, you can create a new file, you can create a new folder, and you can upload. So if you press on upload, you see you can select from your computer. And on my computer, you see we have this that we just downloaded and we upload it, and it's here already. If you click on it, you see you have this. So if you want to include it in here, because we've already put in our import command, meaning use package, you just put in here, include graphics, and include graphics, you see you can have the one with the square bracket, meaning you can give some options, or you can just include the graphics as it is. If you save this, you see your graphics now has been uploaded already. So for the square bracket, if you want to specify, let's say height and width and something. So let's say our width, WITH, I think is width. Let's say text width. What it means by text width, it means it will span across the margins. It will start from the first of the margin and the end of the margin. You see, it has expanded to fill in all of the document. You can specify your height. You can clip it if you want to only clip this camera. You want to show only this camera without the woman. You can specify it here, and you can scale it, meaning scaling by, let's say, instead of saying width, let's say we want to scale it by, let's say 0.8. So you see, scale by 0.8. Let's say scale by 0.9. Let's see the size. So you see the size has increased. If we are scaling, let's say by 0.1 only, and we save this, you see it has been scaled by 0.1. So these are several options that you can put when uploading or when putting in a graphics. Doctor, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, so as I've already said, by default, it will use the setting, but the square bracket, there are tons of options. So this include graphics, include tons of options that you can add to adjust the image, to do whatsoever. So you can always check the, those kind of options. Yeah. Somebody, Abdelkader, is raising hand. Go on, Abdelkader.
Abdelkader.
Okay, go on. That after then we can attempt the questions. Go on.
Yeah. So I think let's be following here, because I just wanted to.
Yes. Be following here. So that Kawhi had access to one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caption. So you see, you can add caption, you can add label, you can do referencing. So to do this, in here, you see what we set here is just include graphics without anything. But to add caption, you have to put in this body of text. You say begin figure, meaning you want to add a figure. And in figure, you see we can include the graphics, which is called test.jpg, because the test.jpg is the only thing that we have there. So if you run this, instead of adding only include this, where is this? So you see we have it and we have its caption, figure 1, caption. So directly, and this will help you a lot when referencing. So you can change its label. The label is what you will call, let's say, my first image, and then the caption, let's call it my first image. So now you save this. So if you want to reference it, let's see in here, you see we added a new title, this, and that. And here we can see this, or let's see, yeah, the image is, let's see here, and you want to reference it, you just put in /ref, meaning you are referencing, and what do you want to reference? My image. If you put, let's say, full stop here, you will see you have referenced it here. This is image number 1, meaning your image is number 1. Let's say you have this.
Put figure the way we do references so that people will understand how this is.
Okay. So let's say we have 2 of them here. You see we have figure 1, figure 2. The first image is the one so let's say this is the second image.
So you can see Latex automatically number the image and whatsoever. You don't need to, say this is image number figure 2 or figure 3. Latex will do this thing all automatically for you.
Yes. So here, this is here 1. Let's say this is, you can either put it figure, or we will see how to make it distance. So this is figure 1. So you see this is figure 1. And if we, let's say, want to reference only the second image, and we say figure 2, it will tell you that, yeah, this is figure 2. So what you just need to remember is the name or the label of the figure that you have, and it will just automatically number it for you. So, but also there is a package called, use package called CleverRef. I think this is CleverRef, Doctor?
Yes.
So in CleverRef, it will give you something called CleverRef this. So if you save this, you see we've not saved figure, but it will automatically determine, yeah, this is a figure, and it will write it for you there based on the caption, because caption here will determine what type of environment am I in. And in the environment in here is a figure. So if you say cref here, it will just go and tell you that this is figure 2. If you are using, let's say, a table, let me go somewhat ahead and say, let's say table. And in the table here, you see this is the label. And I will say, cref table, my table. And you say save. You see here, the image is here and table 1. And this is your table 1. So the table 1, we've not formatted it, and that's why it's giving us this. So if you understand. So now this is just the Latex, it's just interesting. So to do this, to do referencing, first what you do is you have to have a caption, you have to have a label. The caption will enable it to name the figure or the table or whatever, or the algorithm or whatever you want to put in. And then the label should come immediately after the caption. The label will like bookmark where it is. It will bookmark the page number. It will bookmark the type of environment where the caption was displayed. And then using that, you can just reference it wherever you want in your text. So first you have a caption, and immediately after the caption, you will have the label. So sometimes there are some that will require your caption to be above the text that you are writing on. So if that is the case, you can have this after you put in centering. And what centering does, it is saying that you want your whatever you want to appear here to appear in the center. So we do this for image 2. If you save it, you will see that your caption appear before your image, meaning whatever you put, the execution is done sequentially. So it put the caption first before the image, or if you like, you put the image first before the caption. But your label must come only after the caption. Let's see what happens if you put a label before the caption. So let's say we save here. So you see it works. But if you go in here, it is telling you, I don't know this label, because we reference it in here. It is telling you, I don't know what you are talking about, because it is expecting that after you have a caption, then you label the caption, not that you label before writing the caption. So it is telling you, I couldn't resolve this, I couldn't find it. So if we revert it back, you see, now I know that, yeah, I'm in figure 2 because the caption said figure 2. So now, yeah, this is the label, the rest. So, Doctor, do you have anything to add, or should we continue?
Yeah, so anything that is within begin and end is called environment. And any modification or anything you do works within that environment. So
Yes.
you can have, different kind of, things you want to do in that environment, and that will affect only what is inside the environment. For example, here, as we are seeing here, the text width 0.75 will only affect the image within this environment. So begin and end is just like having an environment that you want to specify some kind of, whether text size, font size, whatsoever. So this is just what I want to add, what is environment.
Yeah. And sometimes specifying environment can also be done by opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. So now let's see here. We said we have now here. So let's open and close only on we have now. So this is a new environment. And in this, you can specify, let's say, the font size, and we call it a footnote size. And if you save this, let's see what will happen. You see the size of we have now has been reduced, because you are specifying only the footnote size on the we have and now. You've opened an environment, you close an environment. It doesn't affect all other part of it. We've make it small. So it's just something to add there, Doctor.
Yeah, so let's go on to the next thing in the tutorial.
Okay. So these are just put in images, and you can see also here, I think we are talking, we say cref, but cref also you can put in small letter. And if you save here, you find that figure will be small letter figure 2. So whatever you put in there, the formatting will be
And
there.
also we have command here, centering. You can see centering, it center the image. So
Yes.
yeah, so you can see the image is centered. You can have different options that you want to put the image on. Yeah, there are many stuff, but just this is the intro. Yeah, you can
For the second one, let's center one and uncenter the other. So you see one is centered and the other one is not centered, because we remove the centering in this. So as we said also here, you see you can specify everything within the options bracket, and you can give in the caption. you give the label. You say to reference this image within your document, you do it using label. The label is used to generate a number of image and combined with the next command will allow you to reference it. So you must have your caption before your label. But caption, if you are talking about imaging, also you can reference section number, you can reference chapter number. So also whatever you want to reference or you want to label, make sure you put it before the label. So you can put it in two separate lines, you can put it in the same line. So let's say you have caption and at the end you put in your label, or you come to a new line and put in your label. Yeah, doctor, you raise your hand.
Let's progress. We have a few minutes, but today I think we will add like about 13 because we are, yeah. So
Right.
let's move faster. Yeah. So,
okay. So the next one is the list. The list is you have written something and you want to list. So let's say we list something below. So what you do is just begin and end. Most of it are just begin and end. Begin document, end document. Begin figure, end figure. Begin table, end table. So in here also, you begin a list. But in here, you don't say list. If you want a bulleted list, you can say itemize. You itemize. So this is the first one. Let's save this first before adding another one. So you see we have first this list. So the second one also you give it as an item. Say it HHH or JJJJ and you save. If you do not put this item, it's just only about coming to the new line. Let's say we just put in TTTT here and you save this. It will assume that TTT is part of JJ because you've not specified the end of the beginning of it. If we give double spacing and save here, it will assume that you are going to the new to come into a new line, because what happens is in LaTeX, if you give an empty line between two texts, it is meaning that they are not part of either the same sentence or the same paragraph. So sometimes it either creates a second paragraph or it comes down to a new line. So this is what happens here. So if you really want to do this, or yeah, we have these two lines, but we can say it's also an item here. So we can save it here. You'll see this is also a new item here. So, and the next one is ordered list. An ordered list is just a list that will have numbers. So you begin also and you end. And with this, you have enumerate, meaning you are enumerating, and this is the first one. And if you save this, it will tell you that this is number 1. And then you can have number 2, number 3, and number 4. So just straightforward, very simple. So ordered list and unordered list. So, and yet then you can add math tech. But also I think, doctor, we can also show description. Begin description. Copy. We are now in description. So let's say you have something that you want to write, but you don't want it to be named as number 1, number 2. So what you just do is you put in the item here and you put in the description. What do you want to describe? Let's say you want to say objective 1, and you say, hi, there's this and this. So what this description does is, if you save this, you will have, this is the numbering that you give it. So you can have objective 1, objective 2, objective 3, if you understand that. So it's just an addition to that. So now the math mode. If you are writing, let's say, an equation, if you are writing 1 or 2, or you are writing numbers, or you are writing whatever you want to do, you can put it in math mode. And math mode is very simple. There are many ways of doing it. The first one is this and this, sorry, the dollar sign. So the dollar sign, let's say you have 1.2, and let's say you have 1.2. Let's see the difference between these two. So you see the text that is used to write this. Oh, in this, they are the same, but the text will be different. So let me give in with let's say plus. Let's save this. So doctor is giving everything the same thing. I don't know why. But math mode means you are changing the font of it. Yeah. So if you are dealing with numbers, if you are dealing with equations, you can give in upper script, lower script, and the rest using math mode. Without math mode, it will tell you an error. So let's give these two examples. What am I pressing on? Yeah. So let's say
to make it faster, you can copy the example from the.
Who is talking?
Yeah, so I said to make it faster, you can copy some example from the tutorial so that we can move faster.
Okay.
Yeah, paste some example just like that.
Okay. If you see in here, what I put in is T_0, meaning upper lower script, and I can put upper score, let's say 4, and save this. You will have T superscript 4 underscript this, and these are allowed by mass mode. Without mass mode, if you put T_0 upper score 4 and you type this, it will be telling you that this is an error because it does not recognize it in here. You see, it will be telling you error. If you are running on your computer, it will not this. So this is some of the advantage of Latex. You see here it's running, although it's telling you that what you are doing is wrong. It has understand that this is what you want to do, but you are not writing it this. But on your computer, it will tell you, no, this is an error. So copying and so this is an equation, the Albert Einstein equation of relativity, I think. Copy. So if you paste this, you put in here, you see EC is equal to MC square, or E is equal to MC square, and you see the font type also is different from the normal font that you are writing. So the next one is if you want this to appear as a block or a display. So in here, if you say this is an equation, and if you save this, it will appear on the same line as this is an equation. If you want it to appear on different, let's copy this and paste this. What you put in a slash open bracket slash close bracket. So if you save this, it will tell you this is an equation, but it will display it as a display. So it will render it not on the same line, but on a different line. So, and if you continue writing and the rest, and you save this, it will continue writing on the next line. This is an equation, this, and the next. But here, if you write and this, and you save, it will continue on the same line because it's an inline equation, while this is a display format. Doctor, do you want to add or should I continue?
You can also write in equation environment where it will show the equation 1, equation 2, equation environment.
Yeah, so the equation environment, to use equation environment, let me see, before doing that.
I think maybe you need to use mass.
Yeah, AMS mass. So let's say,
okay.
begin equation, and let's say we've put in this, copy, paste, sorry, and you save this, it will tell you this is equation 1. This has already, if you are working on your own computer, it will tell you that you've not imported the AMS mass distance. But in here in overleaf, there are so many things that it will overlook. So you see begin equation, end equation with the numbering. If you don't want the numbering, you just put in the brackets. If you want it in line, you just put this, or you can do this bracket, and you said, let's paste this. So if you save this, also it's the same thing also as the inline. You see it will give you a line here. So it's either you put it inside the $sign or the open round bracket, close round bracket. If you want it as display without numbering, you put slash curly bracket slash square bracket slash close square bracket. If you want it with numbering, you put it inside equation and it will give you this. And there are many other formats also here that you will see them. I think we don't need to look at them. Go.
Yes, we don't need to look. You can, yeah, you can move. I think.
So let me give you the link here. Copy. Where is the chart? So you can view many equations with the AMS math class. I put it in the chat. Many types of display in that. So I think this should be the end. Go, doctor. Most of what you see, yeah, document structure, you can begin abstract and abstract, as you see here, abstract, then you continue with this. You can go paragraph. New paragraph is started by having either a new line or either by just putting, as I said here, by putting an empty space in between texts. It will automatically start a new paragraph for you. So the chapters, you can put slash chapter, slash section, especially when you are creating a book or a report, you need chapters. So in chapters, just slash chapter, chapter 1, chapter 2, I think we
Doctor,
have.
can you show us sections, subsections, and stuff like that? Sections, subsections.
Okay, so let's go here. So you can put in slash section, first section. So let's do the label too, so that we can reference it here first. So, and then test.
Then do section 2, then do another section.
Section, let's say second. Then this, then now subsection. Subsection, we say trial. So now let's save this. So what you have here, you see, number 1, section. Number 2, section. Then subsection of number 2, starting from 2.1. If you want to go subsection, you can do subsection. Then you do this. If you save it here, you see you have 2.1.1, meaning it's inside 2.1.
Yeah, you can see Latex automatically number this 2.1, 2.11. You don't need in Microsoft Word, remember, you need to put this 2. You need to put this. So Latex automatically order this for you. You don't need to have that headache.
CRF, I said what is called is FIRST, yes. So now in here you see you can reference a section in section 2. So reference section 1. So you see section 1 here is first section. So you are telling it section 1. You are referencing it there.
Okay, let's go to the tutorial and see if that is all. If there's any.
Yeah. So chapter for books, and there are parts.
Creating tables also.
Creating tables, yeah, I think we've shown tables already. So it's just begin table, end table. You can put H line, meaning you want the table to have a line at the end, the beginning, or at the end also. We do this, we have H line. So if you save this, I think our table, where is it? Yeah, this is our table. You see we have this and this. Let's say we have, so for this, you have this, I think on the forward slash, there is this line, one straight line. So that is used to demarcate columns if you need to have. So you see this. Let's also here, because we have this, let's say we have H line, so that we have a real table that you can see. So you see this is a table. The first cell, second cell, third cell, and the fourth cell. So this is how you put a table. You can put in your content within this test data. So, and to demarcate between 2 columns, the text between 2 columns, you put this ampersand. So you text ampersand column, and then the ampersand, you see we have test and data in the definition of the table, because if you say begin table, let's say you put the centering, which is optional. In there you have a table. Table means the actual drawing of the table. And how many columns do you have? You specify it here. We need 2 columns. All of the columns, we want them to be centered. If you want them to be left aligned, you put L. If you want them to be right aligned, you put R. So for this, you see our tests now will be left aligned. So because it's small here.
So I think, Doctor, we can, I think the tutorials, we will share the tutorials so that the people can go deep and study the tutorial. I'll also share a book for LaTeX, but I believe we give a fair introduction on what LaTeX. Can you go over to the tutorial to see? So I think we can skip over to, show CB. You can open your CV to show that how you can adapt CV and change it. You show your own. Maybe I can also share my own browser to show my CV and just to show how we people can edit CV. Yes.
Yeah, so I think I've already showed them or also the other CV which I adopted to be mine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so what you will see is just my own CV here. So most of the thing you will do there is just to put in your personal details, your picture, if there is provision for picture, provision for signature, if you like, your referencing. So you just adopt. As you see here, we have, let me expand this. Finish compiling. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so the CV is already there. So what I just did was to put in my personal details. Personal details may be including, because the information are many, I split them into many lines, put your employment history, put your education, your publications, the skills that you have. Some sections will not be as this. Maybe it will just say date and this and that. So, but what I want to put in are languages here. So you just edit the text instead of putting date as you see here. I'll just put languages, coding skills, database skills. You put in your awards, certification, the teamworks that you've been here, the conferences that you attended, your affiliation, and the rest, your references and the rest. So most of these are just simple. You just get the template and just you adopt it as to your own. So will you share yours? Let me stop sharing my screen, Doctor. Yeah, so Doctor, you can continue with the presentation. Hello.
Okay, to Doctor Ngani. Let me share the screen. Okay, let me share, sorry. Why is the browser? Just give me a second. And so we will share, the styles of the PDF, of the, I don't know why is this, okay. Just, I don't know what is happening. Okay. Overlay. Okay, should be right. The screen. All right. Okay, cool. So can you see my screen?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, so you can see this is just the LaTeX. You can see many things that I commented I don't need. So I use from one of our professor here that I just took his CV. We just class on LaTeX, and I use his template, which is also available also on Overleaf, so it's not specific. So you can see here, for example, we can say document class. Remember, we said you need to specify what kind of document are you working on? Is it a book? Is it whatsoever? So you can see here we have what is called modern CV. So I will go over to overlap. I will show you modern CV, and you can see 11.84 paper sensitive, which is the font type, which is sensitive. And I download use all the packages needed to use with this this document. You can see all the LaTeX packages are downloaded, and we defined some new command which we didn't discuss in the LaTeX today, but just we defined them here, and you can see the name, which is Shamsuddin. You can see it appears here, the title, the date to date. If I'm sharing to somebody my CV, so he will see the date of the date, and my address. You can see it. This is my address. You can see it appears down here. Here, and you can see here my address here and phone number. Also specified. My email. You can see my email. Yeah, you can see my phone number, my email, and basically my photo. If I want my photo here, you can see my photo here. If I don't want this photo, I can just comment it here. You can see this here. I comment it like this. You can see I commented. So this is just to tell you, you can see section. You can see section experience. So I just put my experience here, CV entry. That is an entry. What is this? We discussed how to write a section. You can see section education. You can see it education. You can see section. I put in research skills whatsoever. You can see them here. You can see them research funding whatsoever. See scholarship. Research references. So if you want to use references, what we do is we have what is called bib tech. So if you have a paper or whatsoever, we have what is called bib tech file. So what you need to do is just to copy bib tech file you have. So this is bib tech. So what is this bib? So let me show you here. Scholar. Machine translation. So maybe here you can see this is a machine translation. So if I copy this one, copy site, that is what you call BibTeX. So this is a file that reference style for this paper. So this is what we call BibTeX. So each paper has its own BibTeX. So you can see site. I copy this BibTeX. So if I copy this one BibTeX, so in my overlay, I create a separate file called Bib. So all my papers, I put them here. So in my CB, I will come here down there. In my CB, you can see what I need to do is just to call them somewhere. Okay, can you see them here? Bibliography, published and unpublished. I call this just like you are calling a class or you are calling a function. I just call this file published, and it will automatically populate all the bibliography I have here. It will just put them here and everything here, so you can see. So this is just telling you that this is how you can adapt your CV. So if I go to overlay to just select modern CV overlay. So you can see it modern CV. So you can see it modern CV. You can see the template here, modern CV. So you can just open it as a template. So you can see modern. So you can see different style. So you can just edit it to fit your own need. You can see it, job title, skills, whatsoever. You can delete and add what really represent. And this is also modern, resume later. So you can just use it. Right. So I think we have come to a very good point at this time. We can open the flow for other people for questions. Here now we omit everyone. You are free to ask question now, please. We omit everyone. You can ask question now, if you have. Anyone with question? Okay, Abdul Qadir, you raise hand. Ask your question. Mubarak Daha. Abdul Qadir first. Go Mubarak. Abdul Qadir. Okay, Abdul Qadir. Mubarak Daha, go on. Okay, okay, let me unmute. Oh, okay. No, you can unmute your, oh, no, you cannot unmute. Oh,
Hello,
They
sir.
can now unmute. They can unmute now.
Assalamu alaikum.
yeah, so I mean, alaikum salam.
Oh, okay, sir. I really enjoyed the session today, and thank you, and to Doctor also, thank you all for this session. And my question is, so for example, now someone writing a paper or something that requires someone's input, like if you're submitting to a professor to review, probably add some input. How are you going to share this kind of document? Because the end result is always a PDF. And so how are you going to share a PDF to a professor that wants something, a word processing version of your document to review or add comment to it? Thank you so much for today's session.
Yeah, so that's a really challenge. The thing is, our own professors back in Nigeria, maybe they are still not, digital. What I mean here is that if you are working now, anybody that is working in our computing field, if you are working up to date, nobody write in Microsoft. Everybody what I'm telling you that, ideal situation now in the real world, everyone use LaTeX. And if you want to collaborate, you just share them the LaTeX. So for example, all my collaborators, all my professors, what I do, I just share them the link for the overlay. They will just go there and, make their comment, it makes life simpler and easier rather than you give somebody, document, PDF, you print it and go, what we do back in Nigeria, maybe our teachers, he will write in pencil, in biro on top of it and give you. It will make it easier. Just share the overlay and you can comment.
Hello.
So I don't know that Idris, do you have any other suggestion?
Yeah, so to be safe, to be on the safer side, you do what your supervisor wants. But also learning LaTeX is for your own good, because you will be publishing, you'll be writing papers, you'll be writing many things. If you know LaTeX now, you will not suffer.
Wallahi.
For any supervisor now that is like me, if I have a student and you are sharing something on Microsoft Word or whatever, like you just have to stop doing that, because what is even expected is that your supervisor will not write anything for you, but your supervisor will suggest, and Overleaf especially will allow you to do that. Your supervisor can comment, why don't you change this to this, or why don't you improve this to this, or make this point clearer? And on that, you see, I think we've showed that you can comment, you can chat, you can do whatever, the true essence of or true sense of collaboration. So you do it to your own supervisor's needs, but also learn this even for your own sake.
So just to make it point more better, so in developed world, other world, maybe not Nigeria at this point in time, even the thesis for master's thesis, undergraduate thesis, PhD thesis, there is template for that, LaTeX template. All you need is just to use the template and populate it. In all the conferences now, we have the conference that are called conference and journals, they have LaTeX template. You don't need to create. All you need is just open the template and start writing. All the structure is already there. They make your life easier. You know what I mean? You don't need to start what is the heading. All you need is just open the template, just write in the sections and submit your paper. So with template, it is much, much easier to do everything. So for example, now, if to say I'm using Microsoft Word to write my thesis, oh my God, I will suffer the sufferness of, greatest level. Because for me now, I don't even, use, I remember a lot of stuff in Microsoft about how to do this, but with everything is configured. You just need to do, it will do everything auto. So to be on safe side, if your swabber is still, what do you call it? Not digital, just use local. Just use what you have in Microsoft, print it and give it to him, or use what you have in PDF and LaTeX, and generate your PDF, print it and give it to him to do the whatsoever he wants. But believe me, if you learn this in your future, maybe you move to other countries to do your PhD master, this is what you will see. So we are preparing you for the future. Okay, Abdul Qadir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you for the presentation. My questions, I have 3 to 4 questions.
Nice.
The first one is this overleaf, is it a software that we can download and keep in our system? And the second one is the Latex 2 a software? And the third question is, what if we have a graph? Must we convert it to a picture before importing it, or we can import it as a graph? Because sometimes we can work on Microsoft Excel and generate a graph. How can we import the graph to LaTeX?
Okay. Okay, good question.
So let me share my screen. Go, Doctor.
Yes, you have your own in VS Code. You can use LaTeX in VS Code. That is why VS Code. VS Code is multi-purpose. Everything you do is there in VS. You can do it in VS Code if relate to computing and whatsoever.
So let me share an example of a paper that we did. Doctor, should I share the representative as a paper?
No problem, share it, open it.
Okay, so this is the LaTeX, and let me just share a section of it. Sentiment class distribution. So you see this code that we wrote drew the graph for us. You don't need to write, have a graph, then take the picture. Sometimes even the picture, you'll have, let me see. Yeah, so I split my screen into 2. So this is the sentiment class description. You see, this is the graph, and this are this. So this is the data that we have, Moroccan Arabic, we have this for test set, this for this for that, and we give it all the data. And the data, and then we tell it that now we are drawing, begin figure, text picture is a library that does drawing for you. You specify your axis and the rest and the rest.
Programming IT. Anyway,
yeah, it's programming, but everything is about template. That's what we said.
So a short question. You do this figure in Microsoft Word or Excel, and now just take this figure as PDF or as what for image and just insert it easy as possible. So don't be so that Microsoft Excel kawai ka zo nuna mana inda aka sa image kawai ya nuna a cikin paper nan somewhere else.
Okay, yeah, akwai wannan example din ma da nake baka labari na DZ. So you see, we wanted to put this. Let me download this and open it. We wanted to put something in Arabic. Is it Gashi? Al-Ghashi. Yeah. So it's a script there. So, but the writing was not compatible with PDF LaTeX. So what we did was to go there, compile it as a PDF. So now you see it's a PDF. So, and then we just import it into our project. Where is ACL LaTeX? Find Derija example. Yeah, you see it here. So what we did here is, where is it here? I think it's here, it's here, it's here.
No, Sama. Yes, Gashina. Cool.
Yeah, I told you the
Algerian Arabic, Algerian Arabic. Sama. Okay.
Yeah, so you see it here. So let me. So you see this place, PDF never our junk. We carry a PDF, we put it there. Let's show the code that we put in there. I think it's here. We defined it as a preamble called the Rija example. You see, we created a new command, the Rija example. So when you call the code, it will just come here. And so we include graphics, we include the PDF here, we clip it, trim it to remove all the white spaces, and the rest we specify the height as 0.5, and we just put it in here. Yeah, so you see, whatever you can put it directly as through a PDF that you download. You can include the graphics as a PDF, or you can include graphics as JPEG. You can include graphics as PNG. So whatever you do, and likewise, you can.
Python. I earlier said the one the one.
Sauki da shi ba, wallahi sauki da shi sosai.
Google sauki ai yanzu idan suka ga wannan system yana da so the long and short answer shine kawai zaka iya yin idakin ka a wani waje ka zo ka saka shi fine and good. Number shine short answer, but when you move on, you can see how powerful this thing is to do stuff. But also somebody asks, can you, this is software online Overleaf that you can need to go and register and work it. It's free. It's just a software. Just go to overleaf.com, register and start creating file. But also you can install, you can install